Hello loves, I want to thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. If today is your first time, welcome. Thank you all so much for staying tuned. On today's episode, I'm showing you how to make my delicious dinner rolls recipe. This recipe is very simple to make. The texture of these rolls are very rich. Also, it's very soft and it pairs up very well with most of your Thanksgiving dishes on your dinner table. And that's the best part about this roll. If you are interested, please keep watching. So here are the simple ingredients you need to make your bread roll. And I'll be sure to list everything in the description box. The first thing I want to do though is to activate my yeast. So here I'm adding a 1/4 cup of warm water and 2 teaspoons of my active dry yeast and a tablespoon of sugar. And I'm going to mix everything together and set it at a nice warm place to have it activated. Next, I'll be adding all my dry ingredients into my all-purpose flour. I have 4 cups of the all-purpose flour. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of my white granulated sugar and 3 tablespoons of my milk powder, a teaspoon of salt, and here I'm just stirring everything in there for it to be nicely combined and incorporated. This is my activated yeast. So here I have poured in my melted butter, my 1 egg, my warm milk, and of course the activated dry yeast. And I'm just adding in my combined all-purpose flour or my mixed all-purpose flour. Okay, I'm ready to mix all these ingredients with my electric mixture and my paddle attachment. I'm going to mix it until all the dough come together very beautifully. So to ensure that you have a nice kneaded dough, all the mixed dough will pull in the center of the bowl as you are looking at it right now. Okay, so I'm going to stretch this dough, and when it stretches without any friction or when it doesn't tear, it means that the dough is nicely kneaded. So I'm just adding a little bit of oil to bring all the dough out from the mixing bowl. I don't want to leave anything in there. I want everything, and as you can see, it stretched very nicely. Okay, so I'm ready to cover this dough and let it rise. So right here I'm just making sure that I get the remaining dough from the bowl. Okay, so I'm ready to just cover it up with a clingy wrap and also a towel and have it rise, and typically it takes about 1 hour for it to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. So after 1 hour, our dough has risen and I'm ready to work on it. So I'm just preparing my working surface. I'm just going to give this dough a very nice punch to deflate it. And here I'm just going to make sure that I gather all the dough and then bring it out and set it on the chopping table or the chopping board. On the chopping board, I'm just going to knead it about a good 5 minutes. My purpose of doing that is to make sure that my rolls comes out very soft, very soft. So the more you knead your dough, the more you get that texture. Okay, so here I'm just going to cut the dough into 2 and work 1/2 after the next. So with this half, I'm just going to manipulate it a little bit on the chopping board and knead it. And now I'm ready to cut it into smaller sections. It's much easier to cut them in smaller sections so you'll be able to roll them to any shape of your choice. But before I roll them, I'm going to use the rolling pin to kind of flatten it a little bit. Like I said, these rolls are going to come out very soft. Okay, so that is one technique to get it that way. You don't want it to be bulky, you want it to be airy soft. So when you roll it, it gives you that perfect texture of softness. So here I'm just going to fold the roll and then just set it on my tray with the parchment paper. So after working on everything, this is what I have gotten. I have also covered it up with a cling wrapper and a towel, and I'm just going to let it rise for the second time, and then we are ready to bake the rolls. Unfortunately, I lost the original footage, but it should look something like this. And after baking it for about 25 minutes, here we are. Look at how beautiful these rolls look. Not that they are beautiful, they taste so good. I hope you'll be able to make these wonderful rolls for your guests and your loved ones this Thanksgiving. They're gonna thank you for it. They'll request it every Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. May God richly bless you. Here I'm just going to taste this rolls to give you an idea how it tastes and how it looks and how airy soft it is. So this is it. Make them, leave me comments below and tell me how your guests enjoy them during this Thanksgiving. No need for you to go out and purchase rolls. Make your own dinner rolls this year, okay, to challenge yourself. Once again, thank you for coming by. Give it a thumbs up if you love what you have seen. Also, do not forget to subscribe and do not forget to share this recipe. Remain blessed. I love you all. Bye-bye.